Hey guys, it's another week.
Oh, we're in. Okay, and we're in.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Don't mind if we bring the same exact energy we brought last week. Because time has passed.
We told you that we were going to do a two-parter, so here we are. We're here.
Guys, when we left you last, I was mooning people out my windows.
And we were wishing Harrison a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Harrison. You've been 16 for a week now. How wild is that?
Guys.
What in the Bill and Ted's is going on here?
Guys, welcome to episode 111.
We did it. Guys.
I know. We're still tired, guys, but it's okay. It's all right. I will have been, this week, I am at youth camp with the middle school kids, and I'm thrilled about it because I love a middle school camp. Tell you all about it when I get back. We will have been to California as well.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that next episode.
Yeah.
But for now, I want to ask you, have you eaten anything good lately?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh, bless.
Yes.
What have you eaten that has been delightful?
Yesterday, Lindsay's always very good about finding restaurants. She can't go places without planning a thing. Mm-hmm. And so yesterday when she came out with our friends to the...
Lindsay's a good planner.
She plans.
She's a researcher, and I appreciate that about her very much.
Mm-hmm. She found a restaurant called Hudson House.
Okay. In Fort Worth?
Yeah, and they had... I didn't order it. I ordered fish tacos, which I want to do. But she and everybody else in the group got their famous burger because apparently they're well known for it. I had like half of one. It's a really good burger.
I saw a picture of that burger.
It was one of the better burgers I've had in quite some time.
What made it so good, you think?
Meat, high quality, right amount of meat, great bun.
And if you're going to get high quality beef, it's going to be in Fort Worth.
It's a place for it.
You know,
and the perfectly melty cheese, like it was just a no frills, but just a very, very well constructed and made burger.
Yeah. How do you feel about an egg on a burger?
I love it. I love an egg.
I do too.
I love an egg anywhere. I will eat an egg anywhere.
I know. I did not used to feel that way, but Jeff Engle has always liked an egg on anything.
It's delicious.
He likes an egg. The weirdest thing I've ever seen one time was when Jeff Engle put an egg on an enchilada. Like, I thought that was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen.
That's not weird.
I know. I know that now.
It's not weird.
I've come so far.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I love an egg on a burger.
It's delicious. Mm-hmm, Republic has the Republic burger.
And they've got that relish on there.
So it's a
relish.
bacon, onion, like jam relish thing. It's so good. I made it one time, a couple times. It was good.
I love a relish.
Do you relish one?
I love a relish.
Mm-hmm.
I have eaten some good things lately. I'm still on my cottage cheese journey. My favorite is still cottage cheese with the chili crunch and cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, any veggies I have in the fridge. Love it. It's a filling, delicious meal. I also have a new addiction. Have you ever seen True Fruit?
What?
True Fruit. It's in the frozen like dessert section. It's fruit that's been coated in chocolate or yogurt, sometimes granola, and frozen. And this is normally not something I would go for because I typically don't like fruit and chocolate combined. I've always liked chocolate-covered strawberries.
Ew. These are different palates. I don't care. I don't care for a fruit palette.
Well, you don't like fruit. You don't like sweets.
It's like when you get in line at the Froyo and you right out the gate, off rip, you got to commit to either a fruit palette or a chocolate palette. Because if you start mixing chocolate palette with fruit palette, that's some grilled catfish behavior.
And I agree with that.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I agree with that.
I took a real firm stance. I thought you were going to push back on that, so I was coming in kind of hot.
No, I'm not. Do you know the grossest combination to me ever?
Hold on. Of flavors?
In this vein.
Oh,
I'll tell you, it's chocolate and orange. Get
really
out.
That's a classic pairing.
Here.
That's a classic pairing.
I know. Whenever I watch the Great British Baking Show, they always
complement each
them.
other.
I don't like it.
They complement each other.
Hate.
They work very well together.
Hate.
Interesting.
I do like chocolate and banana.
Okay, come on.
I do like chocolate and strawberry, and I kind of like chocolate and raspberry. All other fruits need not apply for chocolate.
Watermelon.
No. But true fruit is so good to me. I'm so addicted.
Pomegranate.
No. I'm so addicted to the chocolate covered strawberries. Guys, I highly recommend.
Honeydew melon.
No. I do like melon, but not with chocolate. You can get the True Fruit at Walmart, Target, and Costco. They're sponsor us, True Fruit. Sponsor me.
Sponsor us, Costco.
Brandon doesn't care.
I don't.
I know. But also, in my attempt to eat healthier lunches, I want to get your take on this.
In my attempt to eat healthier lunches, I'm pouring chocolate over fruits.
No, I've moved on. That's my dessert. That's my sweet treat.
Okay.
The other day, I sliced some sweet potatoes, some small ones, in half, and I put them in the air fryer, and then I put goat cheese on them. And that was my lunch. And it was so filling and delicious. What do you think of that?
I don't hate that. I'm not crazy about a sweet potato, anyways.
Yeah.
I feel like but here's the thing. A goat cheese might give me just the funk.
Yeah, it does. It works
fix
really.
The sweet potato.
It works well with the sweet, the tanginess and the salty.
I feel like a sweet potato often gets paired with such sweet thing, like a marshmallow topping.
Cinnamon.
Out of here. So maybe throwing in a little like salty funky.
Yeah.
Might give it a little.
It cuts the sweet.
I don't hate that idea.
Put some fresh ground pepper on it.
Yeah, okay.
Real good.
Okay.
So I did that. I've also been doing a lot of lettuce wraps, like sandwiches on lettuce wraps. That's great. But I've also been enjoying something new that I found recently called Oats Overnight. Not Overnight Oats. It's a company called Oats Overnight. Sponsor us, Oats Overnight. They send you a box, a curated box of flavors, and I've kind of figured out the ones that I like, and a little shaker. And I like to put it in there with almond milk, and you can make it either like thin so you can drink them, or you can eat them with a spoon. Stop yawning. This isn't good information.
I'm not tired. This is not a reflection on your oats.
But they have 20 grams of protein. It's a good way to start my day. I enjoy them.
What's the carb content? What's the fiber content? What are the net carbs?
I don't know. 250 calories, 20 grams of protein.
I need to know the net carbs.
They're great. There's a new trend online, speaking of eating things.
It's called the Dougie.
They're called snackle boxes. Have you seen this?
No.
Why does that annoy you?
I don't know.
So you take a tackle box, a clean one.
Yeah.
You clean out the stink bait and you pop your snacks in.
Sure.
But it's sort of like a bento box for grown-ups for snacks. And you take them with you, to the beach, to the park, whatever. What would be in your snackle box? Anything you want. Build it from the ground up.
Is refrigeration an issue?
I knew you were going to ask that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
And I don't have an answer.
Then it doesn't.
They do make bento boxes with coolers underneath, or you can, there's a layer where you can put ice underneath. So let's say yes, because it changes everything.
Hard-boiled eggs.
Yes, good choice.
Yeah. Maybe like a chomps.
Yeah.
Maybe chongs.
Sure.
Some chongs.
You'd have to peel them and
cut them.
Cut them
to fit. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some seaweed snacks.
Okay, nori papers.
Some nori papers. Some sea sheets.
Those smell so bad.
I don't know if you can pick up on this, but I'm building the stinkiest bento box.
And I'm taking it on a plane.
I am building the most offensive box of smells.
Pickled. You got some cabbage.
Wickles.
Wickles.
Wickles are going in there. And then I'm just throwing a fistful of kimchi on top of it. I call this the don't sit next to me.
Durian.
Durian fruit.
Fresh sliced red onions.
And a Ziploc full of farts.
Brandon.
Guys.
Would you pack anything crunchy? Would you pack a cheese?
No, maybe like a small handful of cashews.
Cashew. Are those your nut of choice?
Oh yeah. I also like a pistachio.
Do you like an almond?
I like an almond. I like a raw almond.
I
like all almonds, really.
I want to like them.
What's wrong with them?
Texture.
Interesting. I like them a lot.
I'll eat them.
They're bad. They use so much water to make them. Apparently, they're very bad for the environment, almonds.
I did not know. I
heard that from a person.
Okay. So you know it's true.
Yeah, well.
So you wouldn't pack a cheese?
I mean, if we're talking, first off, I wouldn't put a fistful of kimchi on top. Let's just clarify that portion of my bento.
Even though it's delicious.
Let's just clarify that portion of my bento. It's my Jiminy Glick.
That was really good.
Bill Hader.
It's the funniest video.
What do you think Lorne Michaels smells like? I always thought he smelled like chicken piccata and silver dollars. Anyways. Chongs, hard-boileds, sea sheets, maybe a cashew nut or a pepita.
Pepita. Like a lot of protein in your box.
I am yoked.
I know.
Guys, I like proteins.
I know.
And you didn't tell me what the net carbs were on your oat nights. Your oat nights.
I don't know what they are.
So there's maybe my bento box.
Nothing sweet
if we're talking about what I would do as like a regularly scheduled bento box, this is in the vein of what I snack on. Now, if we're gonna be like Brandon, make a bento box if you're being gross,
then what would be in there?
There's gonna be like a classic Lay's in there, or like a kettle cooked potato chip.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some loose Viennas. There's gonna.
Are you serious?
No.
You used to eat those a lot.
There's still gonna be hard-boiled eggs. Yeah. Because I can't not. There would probably be some cheese if I was doing.
What kind of cheese?
A gross. Maybe like if I'm snacking on it, either like an aged ched.
Yeah.
Because that's a go-to snacker, or. Like a smoked Gouda.
Yeah.
I love a smoked Gouda.
Listen, your bento box and Hope's bento box would look a lot alike. Because she loves a sea sheet.
But I feel like Hope's bento box would have fruits in it. Hope loves a fruit. It would. She's a fruit gal.
She is, but she loves a sea sheet. She loves a smoked Gouda.
I love that sea sheets is what they are now. Hope, you want some sea sheets?
Some sea sheets. One time, speaking of stinky bento box on a plane, she did... Title of the episode.
New Samuel L. Jackson movie.
Right. She opened up some nori on a plane, and I was like, "Oh, sister.
Oh,
bad choice."
Oh, listen. I will. It's so funny because I don't think about it.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm going on like a decently long drive,
yeah,
I'll get my snack-ins.
Yeah.
And it's always just the smelliest foods.
Yeah, I know.
It is rancid. It smells like your car on a Tuesday, but but for a different reason.
Mine's stink bait. Yeah. Yours is actual food.
Yours is stink bait. Mine's like it's me bait. It's what I eat.
Yeah. I would say in mine, I definitely lean more savory when
there would be cheese for you for sure.
Oh, absolutely cheese. There would be
the Ashley Engle story.
Absolutely cheese. There would be some kind of a cracker, like a nut thin, like an almond cracker. Sure. I do love those. Or they make these great almond crackers they sell them at Costco. I can't think of the name right now, but I do like those a whole lot.
I left Wickles out on my second pass, but Wickles for sure. Go ahead, sir.
Wickles for sure. The dill or the sweet?
The baby dill.
Baby dill.
Oh, so spicy. It's got that one little floating pepper in it.
They're so good. I like the sweet ones too. Okay. Nothing. I'm getting nothing from them. But for sure, like some, I would be good with a chomps or some kind of like a hard, like a salami.
Oh, salted cured meat.
A salted cured meat in there.
No loose Viennas.
No. A salt and vinegar chip.
Oh.
For sure. I would like a little baby brie in there. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Little baby brie.
How many compartments does this bento have? I was trying to be reasonable.
Infinity.
That's crazy. An infinity bent? Guys, who's in... Good afternoon, sharks. Have you ever wanted to eat everything under the sun but didn't have enough compartments in your adult bento box? Have I got news for you? Infinity bento. Want your cheeses? Want your chongs? Want your sea sheets? Want your loose tubes of paste? Meat paste.
Do you know what else I would put in there?
What?
And I had this the other night with my friends. tiny little jar of figs.
Who's ready to get into my bento? That's how you end your pitch to the Sharks.
And they all go,
And
not investing.
watch me and Barbara Corcoran laugh all the way to the bank. Everyone wants on board. Not you, Cubes. Out of here,
Barbara
Robert.
would be the one to invest with
Hey,
you?
Mr. Wonderful.
Do you think Barbara would be the one you could turn?
It's Corcoran or nothing.
Is it?
Corcoran.
You know why? Because you're both in real estate.
No, it's because she notoriously likes Vienna sausages. She's a man of a man of finer pleasures.
Listen. Oh my gosh. Snackle boxes.
Not you, Cubes. Put a Corcoran in it. Barbs, Babbles.
Apples.
Who's ready to climb the Tower of Babbles? Who's ready to? Anyway,
I will say, in last episode, we talked a little bit about what happened in Pennsylvania with Donald Trump, and who knows what will have happened in the week before this episode
isn't that
comes
crazy?
out.
We're ahead of the news.
We're ahead of the curve, guys. So honestly, if something really big happened, we'll talk about it next week.
Let's hear. Hold on. Let's do this so that we'll make sure we have our soundbite. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that one thing happened.
That's crazy. I feel sick to my stomach.
It changed the political landscape forever.
And
Thanks for sponsoring us, Chomps.
And
I'm manifesting it. It happened in the week between episodes.
What else do we want to manifest?
Thanks, Barbara.
Thanks, Barbara. Guys, my book will hit the shelves soon.
Guys, I lost 12 pounds. I feel great. Guys, my abs on this date are shreds. Guys, I figured out the perfect diet for my male physique in the subsequent 7 days since you heard me last.
You did it.
I did it.
I'm rested.
I'm the new Sean T.
I'm not anxious.
I'm not anxious.
These are the things I'm manifesting.
I know, right? Gosh, I'm trying to...
All the piles around my house have been dealt with.
Oh, well.
Of clothing and cups.
And I've gone and made new piles in her house while she's not been around.
Anyway. But guys, in this last week too, there was some sad news in popular culture. We lost Shannon Doherty.
Yeah.
Who passed at age 53 after a battle with breast cancer. We lost Richard Simmons at age 76. We still don't know the cause of his death. It's under investigation. And we lost Dr. Ruth, German sex therapist.
Band name.
And I feel like all of these people, it was just like, man, the hits keep coming because they were all...
It's the rule of threes, too.
Well,
it's always threes.
I just feel like they were all a big part of pop culture. Like I saw Dr. Ruth on so many talk shows being interviewed. Then, of course, we have Beverly Hills 90210. Then we have Richard Simmons, who I will say was always such a delight.
He was a cultural phenomenon. He was the kind of celebrity that transcends the person and is more of like, he's like a character. He's like a symbol of what? What are you looking at?
I'm just checking the time.
You could just ask.
It's fine. I'm just keep talking.
But yeah, Richard Simmons was like 80s.
76.
Oh my God. Well, okay. 80s is when obviously.
Oh, the 1980s.
Yeah. So
he died at 76. Okay.
Right. What I was really talking about something different, but whatever.
The decade, got it.
I was about to say I didn't see him in the 70s. I know the 70s was like the prime of your life, so you would have known,
right? For
sure.
Guys, I spent 1 year in the 70s.
Oh my, it was more than enough. What a wild one too.
What a wild time.
Studio 54.
Right.
But no, in the 80s, I feel like he was like so recognizable because he had the hair, he had like the like
tank top,
and just like the voice. It was his like big over the top energy.
I know.
I loved Richard Simmons.
I know. And it made me think like, I have not seen that guy in such a long time. He had not been out in public in a decade.
Now, I don't know. This is, guys, listen, this is going to be not misinformation corner.
Speculation corner.
Yeah, but there was some theories that he had been like held hostage by like a housekeeper? Yeah. What a weird and like fascinating thing.
And I don't think that was the case, guys. And he did an interview actually just a couple days before he died, and he was talking about all the things that he was involved in, and he was so full of hope for the future. He was working on a Broadway show.
Awesome.
Right? I kind of love that.
Yeah.
I
hope it gets finished.
same. They were doing a documentary about him, and he just had a lot of hope, and he was also communicating with his fans, emailing, writing letters. What's that noise?
Yeah.
A mouse has crawled into the microphone.
It's some interference of some sort.
Okay. But anyway, just so sad, gone too soon. And what a big personality he was. Did you watch Beverly Hills 90210? Going back to Shannon Doherty.
Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go.
So yes.
I learned that riff on the guitar like 2 weeks ago just for fun. I played it for my friends.
Oh.
They thought it was fine. I watched, I mean, obviously I'm well aware of the show.
Of course.
It was never my favorite.
Same.
I did hop over there briefly when Kelly Kapowski broke bad and became the bad gal on there because as we all know, Kelly Kapowski
He's a Kelly stan.
is man. I'm a Kelly stan deluxe.
That was the worst thing you've ever said.
Was it really?
With the worst facial expression.
I don't care.
I know.
Can I tell you something?
Just did.
1 minute you're a prepubescent boy. Yeah. The next minute you flip on Saturday morning TV and Kapowski. You're shot off into another dimension. Guys, when Hot Sundae took the stage, when Hot Sundae hopped...
Put your mind to it, go for it.
Nothing.
You're gonna break a sweat. Rock and roll. You ain't seen nothing yet. We did it.
Got nothing that I'm giving to you.
Bouncing on the trampoline.
God, the ill-fated caffeine pill episode.
Best.
We've both reenacted that. We both played Jesse Spano on separate occasions.
We did. In front of crowds of people.
And honestly, guys,
I was better.
wish I could argue. I hate to give you credit for things, but your Jesse Spano, a touch more believable than mine. Not a lot. I feel like you brought the femininity, but I brought the manic insanity. No time.
I'll never get into Stanford.
She didn't. She didn't. Hard times. Caffeine pills spiraled her out of control. Showgirls. It starts with one caffeine pill to stay up to study for math class.
The next thing you know,
you spiral out of control. You're trying to break up your dad's wedding to his aerobics instructor at the resort, and then you inexplicably vanish. Tori shows up, and you're a showgirl. But you come back for graduation. Weirdest out of order.
Listen.
Anyways, guys, what I'm saying is don't take caffeine pills.
Don't do it, guys.
Lest you want to wind up a showgirl.
Yeah.
If you do want to wind up a showgirl,
Take them.
I can send you to the CVS right now.
Take them.
So here's what I'm saying.
You didn't really watch 90210.
When Hot Sundae got on the mini Tramps.
When Hot Sundae took to the mini Tramps.
Guys, America sprung into action. We bounced. We put our minds to it and went for it. We broke a sweat. We rocked and rolled.
We did. I didn't watch 90210 regularly either.
No.
I wasn't a stan.
I mean, obviously, it's one of, again, you talk about things that are like iconic, like a Richard Simmons type, right?
Yep.
I know where they hung out. I knew that the Peach Pit was their place.
Yeah.
I know the names of the characters. I know who's who.
Same.
But I don't know. I know that there was an episode when Ian Ziering got on steroids and shoved a Brandon into the walk-in fridge.
Right.
right?
And then they had an intervention.
Yeah, because he's on roids, Jesse's on caffeine, Kelly's on a mini tramp. Guys, and then Kelly jumped off the mini tramp over to Beverly Hills and became a major tramp. Guys, it all went down in the 90s.
I think that 90210 was a little bit old for us when it began. So we didn't get hooked.
It was the grown up, like, we're getting into some shenanigans,
right.
Saved by the Bell.
There was some you know. And we were too young for that. As Grindy would say, you know.
Right. Hanky panky at the Peach Pit.
And so we weren't allowed.
Hop on your mini tramp.
Right.
It's time for hanky panky at the Peach Pit. The Peach Pit is the more broody Max.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Max is youthful.
It really is. Mm-hmm. Remember when it was Cosmo's Pizza before it was the Max?
No.
It was. You remember the first season of Saved by the Bell when it was called Good Morning, Miss Bliss, and it took place in Indiana?
I do remember
And then
that.
one morning we woke up in California. Mikey's gone. Slater's in his place.
Brandon knows a whole lot about Saved by the Bell, if you can't
More
tell.
than I should.
Yeah, I'll say. I will say that all of this, I don't know, it's just felt like a heavy week. Again, guys, we're behind a week here with you. But it's just felt like a real heavy week between, what happened in Pennsylvania, between these deaths and just the political climate. It's felt a little bit heavy. And so it's got me thinking a lot. I've been kind of...
I love that we recorded a 2-parter on a heavy week and stretched the sadness over 2 full weeks.
Well, I wrote this week. So this is what
you didn't write it next week?
This is what I've been thinking about.
Okay.
Welcome to Existential Corner. I've just been thinking a lot about life. And so I have some questions for you. Some of the things I've been thinking about.
Oh, God.
And so you're in a real mood, and I just want to see what you come up with here. But these questions come from the book 4,000 Questions by Barbara Ann Kipfer.
I'm not answering all of them.
Okay.
That's way too many.
Okay. But this comes from this book. Barbara Ann Kipfer, 4,000 Questions.
Oh, I thought you said Corcoran. Barbara Corcoran.
Barbara Corcoran. Real estate mogul. Okay, so I want to ask you this question because, I don't know, things like this just get you to be very introspective and you're thinking, what is life? Who am I? What does it all mean?
Where is life?
Who would you like others to think that you are?
Bradley Cooper. No. Ryan Reynolds. Hold on.
Just get real simple with it.
Ryan Reynolds' body. Okay. Matthew McConaughey's attitude. Danny DeVito's panache. Okay. Honestly, Shakira's lower half. Paris Hilton's voice. Listen, guys.
I love this is the direction you took
Jonathan, please make this person.
I just love that this is the direction you went with this. What? No, like characteristics. Who would you like other people to think that you are, Brandon?
Like what? Oh, not like.
Not like who they recognize you as.
This question was super poorly framed. If you don't want me to make a Frankenstein's monster of celebrity attributes, then ask the question better.
So sorry. Many apologies. I thought I was.
I'm still holding on to
Blame Barbara Ann Kipfer.
Danny DeVito's panache.
That's great.
Belongs.
And I love when you said it, your eyes lit up. Like you were like, oh.
Gosh, because that guy's got it. He's got moxie.
He's got it in spades.
So let's think. Who would I like people to think I am? Like what type of person?
Yeah.
I would like for people to think that I am kind first and foremost.
Yeah.
And obviously we all want to be perceived as like witty and funny and clever and all of those things because that injects fun into a situation. But I think above all of it, if I were to pick one thing, I feel like kind would be the word because it's like,
what's better than that?
anyone can be, and I heard somebody in a podcast talk about this the other day, wit and humor are great, but anybody can be funny. There's different types of funny. There's all of these different things. But kindness is the kind of thing that it's like, kindness is just kindness. And it's like, it's an irreplaceable attribute. And I would like to say that if I could pick one, that would be the one.
It's a good answer.
Thanks, Family Feud.
You did it.
What about you?
I think that was actually an answer I gave one time.
Whose panache do you want to have? Panachely.
I think actually that was an interview I gave one time when I was in college. I was interviewing for some organization or some award or something, and they asked me like, what would you hope? Stop it. I didn't get it. But they said, okay. They said,
you're here with me. Award winners don't come on this hunk of junk.
They said, what would you like people to have said about you at the end of your life? You know, essentially. And I said, I would hope that they would say she was kind to me.
Great parallel Parker.
She was a great parallel Parker. No, but I think that was my answer. But I think I would even amend that now to be, she was safe. She was a safe place.
Yeah. And that to me, those feel like one and the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was safe. She didn't judge me. She made me feel like I could be my true self. Mm-hmm. I could be authentic with her. Yeah. And she was authentic with me.
I like that. I like both of those answers. Good job, us. All right. 3,999 to go. Let's go.
That's right.
Come on, Barb.
Okay. Okay. Let me pick another one good here. Share. Oh gosh, this one's heavy.
Go okay.
No, I'm not gonna go heavy yet. I'm gonna go slightly light, and then it might lead into the heavy one. Would you ever be frozen if it was promised that you could come back?
Am I sick, and can I do it during a time when I can potentially be treated and then brought back to be healthy when people I care about are still around? Or am I going to be frozen and then come back after everybody I care about's already gone?
I think you could answer it both ways.
Because if it was something that I could maybe like stop a sickness or a thing and then like have science bring me back, but I could come back. And even if I was in a state of arrested, like development growth, whatever, but as long as I could come back and still have my family and friends and all the people, that's the thing. Because to me, there's no point in trying to stick around if people you care about aren't.
Right. It's like a vampire.
Yeah, it's Dorian Gray. It's living forever is just pointless if you don't have like people you care about, really, I guess.
So what would be your threshold? If you had some kind of a medical issue and they froze you now.
Bunions.
Okay.
Real bad bunions.
Bunions
and
now.
I just can't do it anymore. Okay. Can you freeze me till bunion fixing is like really, really prevalent and ubiquitous?
Can you cryogenically?
Doc, freeze me, Doc. These bunions, I can't take them. I can't take these bunions.
And there's no cure for them.
Freeze me, Doc. Cut off my lower half and put Shakira's on there because you know she doesn't have bunions. She's just got buns, yuns.
Okay. But what if what would be your threshold? Like how many years would you want to remain in that state? Because Lindsay, you don't want to come back when Lindsay's like in her 90s and Benny's like in his 70s.
I don't know, 10. Maybe
10 years tops.
I don't know. I don't know.
Lindsay's a little younger than you are.
By 10 years. No, I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like my answer is
10's good. Maybe 15.
Maybe if there was a way to like keep me around for and just everybody, for Benny, for all family, for all friends, Lindsay, everybody, just like because it's just like to come back and just be the only one left. It's like, meh.
Boo.
Meh.
Boo hiss.
Yeah. Would you be frozen?
No.
Short answer.
No, I really wouldn't.
Survey says no.
Nope.
There's not enough room on this turning panel for all the crap I just said, so no.
No, I think you brought up a good point, but I think for me, same thing. Like, what's the point of being here?
Ashley Engle story.
Can you imagine having to enter back into society as an adult without anyone that you knew before?
Yeah. What in the Encino Man is happening here?
It would be horrific, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't know any of the slang.
How disorienting. I wouldn't want to form connections with anyone. What would be the point?
I'd be walking around calling things bussin' and everyone would be looking at me like I was an idiot.
That was so 30 years ago.
Risen up the fam.
Okay, I'm going to ask you, I'm not going to go heavy. I'm not going to do that to you. What do you think is good about the world?
Wickles are pretty great.
Yeah.
Pickles, man. Oh, heck yeah, dog. No, I mean, aside from like, obviously, like, I think people are generally good. I think that there's stuff like that. But the thing that I feel like brings me the most joy a lot of times is like creativity.
Yeah.
In general, right? And mine, I like to channel through music. But if someone's an artist or a painter or a filmmaker or an author or a speaker or whatever, like, I feel like that to me is one of the things that is best about the world.
Agree. I think that's a great answer. For me, I think I would first go to diversity.
See?
What?
Stop one-upping me.
I'm not. Your answer was great, and I agree with you.
Do you know what's not good about the world? Getting one-upped by your pastor's sister on the 4,000 question game.
Listen, I've had a little bit longer.
Wickles are still pretty great.
No, your answer was great. Creativity is beautiful. Creativity is the spice of life. But for me, and sort of with that, is diversity. Like just the fact that that's why I love travel shows so much, because they highlight that.
Sure.
Like how incredible that on every corner of the globe is a different culture.
Sure.
That developed on its own, apart from others, but has been influenced by others. I think that's incredible.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing about the world.
Yeah.
All right. How is...
That's it? That's all? That was not 4,000 questions. I feel slighted.
We'll come back to them. We've got time.
Game sucks.
We'll come back to them. How is your algorithm?
Chock full of Corey Feldman.
Now it is. And now ours will be too.
Sea Dog. He's on tour.
Yeah. Coming to Dallas.
He's coming to Dallas. And man, I can't get enough.
Maybe we should go.
Here's the thing about Corey Feldman. Yeah. It's the same thing. I'm just now learning this.
Okay.
Welcome to
Corey Feldman Corner.
From Corey Feldman Corner. Welcome to From Feldman to Juggalos, the Brandon Birdwell story.
Okay.
I feel like I gravitate and am fascinated with people who are their own thing, and
they don't care.
Not exactly. Not to like throw shade at Corey Feldman or Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope of the Hatchet family.
Okay.
But I think that they all understand that to a decent size chunk of the population, they're perceived as like a funny ha-ha, like a little bit of something,
bit quirky.
Something to poke fun at.
Little quirksters.
Like it's not for me and I don't understand it, so I'm going to poke fun at it.
Sure.
But they don't fight that, it doesn't seem. It seems like they lean in and are like, I'm going to do my thing.
Yep.
And I think that's why I'm endlessly fascinated with Insane Clown Posse and now Corey Feldman's new thing, because he's just doing it.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't
Have
care.
you seen what he's doing? He's dressing up like Michael Jackson and dancing around.
I
and
haven't seen, but I will now.
He's got songs that just, they're not for me, but he's loving them. And he's so happy to be doing it.
Yeah. And he's got to be in his, 50s at this point?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And can I answer?
He'll forever be a teenager, though.
Can
Forever.
I change my answer to the what's good about the world question?
Yep.
Corey Feldman's enthusiasm for Corey Feldman. Yeah. That's what's good about the world.
He loves himself.
Guys, be a Corey Feldman. Don't in a lot of ways, but in some ways, be a Corey Feldman.
Be you.
Be you.
Do you, boo.
Do you, boo? I was gonna keep repeating everything.
That's all I got. I don't have any more. No more rhymes.
Yeah, so Corey Feldman.
So I have a new guy that I really am enjoying. His name's Caleb Simpson, and he stops people on the streets of big cities and asks, "Hey, can I have a home tour? Can you show me a tour?" I love it, but they're staged.
I was going to
obviously.
say they feel very staged, and
they would have to be.
I don't like
because
that.
if someone asked to come inside to see our house, it would be
You've cleaned it up. It would be Rubbermaid
disaster.
tubs as far as the eye could see.
That's
That's primo content.
Piles everywhere, baby gates to keep dogs
Smells
out.
like sea sheets in here.
stink bait and
Hope
fishing
sitting
poles.
up in bed in the dark like a lemur.
Me dragging mattresses about. But I think they are staged. I think he gives them a heads up because the homes are perfect.
The one that I saw, so I've only seen one.
Okay.
And I love a comment section. They are a cesspool of humanity, but I love them so much.
Same.
So does Lindsay. She's like, she will dig into a comment section.
Except when it comes to politics, and I can't.
I still can't help myself. But the one I saw, everyone was just ripping it, like how staged it was. They hated how staged, because it was in the middle of like Manhattan, and it was like the crazy nicest house you've ever seen.
I think I saw that one too.
With like a guest house and all this stuff. And I was just like, man, come on. You didn't just happen upon this lady and be like,
and she's kind of a celeb.
Can I see your palatial estate, madam?
That was quite the place.
Yeah.
Quite the place. But yeah, I really enjoy that. And he's not always in New York. Sometimes he's in other cities. So it's kind of fun. I'm the kind of person who, like when I drive by homes, I try to like
peek in the front window. I try to sneak in the back door.
No.
And I try to like hop in the bed and see how the sheets feel.
No. But I do love a
Boil
home
up
tour.
some pasta.
Stop. And I find it fascinating the way people live in big cities. So I think it's great.
I do too. I think about that often. Growing up in Stillwater, Oklahoma, it's a different upbringing because like you drive everywhere. Yeah. Things are spread out. It's like you can get groceries and take them to your car and take them. I'm very fascinated with not only people who live in big cities and how they like navigate life as an adult.
Yeah.
I'm extra fascinated by kids who are like lifers in like in like Brooklyn.
Yes.
Like you grew up in Brooklyn.
Yep.
That's crazy to me.
It's fascinating.
Because to me, it feels like everyone in Brooklyn is already an adult.
Yes.
With a mustache and a fedora.
Yeah.
And an art studio.
It is very cool.
Right. And a trust fund.
Yeah.
But they're making art. Because the only people that can afford to live out there.
That's true. It's very true these days.
But yeah, I'm fascinated with people whose whole lives are like big metropolises like that, especially
going to
like
school
New York.
out there,
wild.
Trying to arrange school for your children,
right? And kids that grew up just mom and dad would send them to the subway station and just send them off,
and they play Little League. There's no grass.
Playing
like how do you
stick ball?
Yeah, bathing in the fire hydrant.
Get your hot dogs here. You know? Come on, no, Vinny from down the way. He's selling his hot dogs. We're playing stick ball, and Vinny's got the hot dogs. I gotta go to school.
And this is how Oklahomans perceive childhood in New York.
And you know what? Yeehaw! Hop on your horse and ride down to this one-room schoolhouse is how they perceive us. So tit for tat, New Yorkers.
It totally is. They think we all ride horses to school.
I've been asked by people from outside of Oklahoma, like if everyone rides horses before. Totally. That has happened.
Oh, same. And I'm like, I mean, I have ridden horses.
And I said yes. Oh, I've broken horses.
Well, one's with one eye. How much time do we have left? Do we have time for what you've been watching, reading, or listening?
Yeah,
to?
totally. I think we were, totally.
One other thing. I saw Zach Woods, from Silicon Valley and The Office. Gabe.
Oh, yeah.
He did a Get Ready With Me video the other day.
He's so funny.
That was ironic, but it was so good. Where he put on makeup in the style of like influencers. It was brilliant. And he actually did a really good job until he got to the bronzer. And then we kind of went off the rails.
Outkicked his coverage with the bronzer.
But I thought, Zach Woods, I have a new admiration for you here.
Sure.
As a makeup influencer.
That's his future.
He's fun to follow online.
I don't follow him, but he pops into my feed from time to time.
He does some weird stuff.
He's a weird guy, but
I'm here for it.
But anybody who's that funny and quirky and talented when it comes to improv has to have a little weird streak in him, you would think.
I like it.
You can't access some of those yes ands unless you got some weirdness and probably some darkness.
Sponsor us, Zach Woods. Okay.
Sponsor us, darkness. Too late.
What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Just started a new old season of Survivor. 1 episode in. Loved it.
You're really going for it.
I'm having
the time of my life.
I'm having the time of my life. Guys.
Would you ever go on Survivor? If Probst came a calling?
Yes. Is the answer. And I think I would do okay.
I think you would.
Because I'm sociable. I'm strong. Okay, here's me. Hey, Jeff Probst. Have me out to have the time of my life on the Ibla. No,
I'm very strong.
I'm going on the season of Survivor called Celebrities and Their Lookalikes, and I'm going to be on the opposite tribe of Ryan Reynolds.
Doppelgangers.
Doppelgangers.
Survivor. Doppelgangers.
And then when you merge, the tribe's just called the Doppelgang, and everyone's doing.
This is brilliant.
Chime in, probe.
I don't think I would be good on Survivor.
Hold on. I think you'd be okay. I think
I'd get too many mosquito bites and be miserable.
That would be a problem.
Sunburn.
Here's why I would be good and this is just from a guy who's, first off, I would train up making fire, doing all the things. I would be a YouTube University valedictorian going into this thing.
Yep.
Day one, you never want to come in too hot and too bossy. You want to be helpful. You want to be affable.
And quiet.
You don't want to break away for too long looking for idols because you don't want to look suspicious, right?
No.
But you want to be strong in challenges, which I would be.
You're
I
athletic.
would be good in challenges unless you put me on a puzzle and then I'll go. Nah. But if you got me in a physical challenge, I'd be an asset to the tribe.
Yeah.
I can carry things.
Yes.
I can do all those things.
Yes.
And I would keep my mouth shut long enough to make it a few days.
And that's key.
A few votes in, I wouldn't be obnoxious. I would align with people, but not be bossy. So I think I could make it early enough along because I'm social and I could be physical. From there,
Me too.
it's anyone's guess how I would do.
Well, especially now with all these new rules.
So many rules to keep up with. But
And
I do think,
things can change.
but
all
I
the
would
time.
like to think I wouldn't be first voted out solely by virtue of the fact that I've seen enough Survivor to know that there are some key missteps you don't want to make early.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be obnoxious. You don't want to try to take charge first thing.
No.
You want to be helpful and you want to be acceptable in challenges.
That's it.
And if I could just do those things,
Yeah.
ring me up, probe.
Ring me up, Probst.
But anyways, yeah, that. And then, you know what we listened to on the drive that made me so happy that I haven't listened to in years? Do you remember Ryan Lindsay, dear friend Ryan Lindsay's solo record called White Paper Beds? Listen to that whole thing, start to finish. Shocking how many of the words we remembered. And they're great songs.
Oh.
So I'm plugging that. Listen to White Paper Beds by Ryan Lindsay. It was so fun. Anyway.
I love that.
Yeah, it was great. It was a fun little nostalgia trip.
Yeah. To escape. Did we?
To escape from the horrible life we're living.
No, it's not horrible. There's just a lot happening.
The Ashley Engle story.
Yeah. Did we talk about Inside Out too?
No.
Okay.
Not on the air.
Okay. I actually saw it 2 weeks ago and didn't get to it last week, but I saw this with Hope and absolutely loved it. I liked Inside Out 1 okay, but I didn't take to it the way that others did. I thought it was clever, but I felt like it got a little bit convoluted with Bing Bong.
Yeah.
And it was like, what's happening? This one was more focused. And the new character is, there are several new characters, but Anxiety.
Played by Maya Hawke.
Yes.
Ethan Hawke and Uva Gordon's. What's
He was a principal in Stillwater.
Uma Thurman.
Hi, Uva. Uma Thurman. His daughter. That character was great, and I loved
and timely and appropriate.
It was so great. Yeah. I loved the way they approached that character, where at the beginning, Anxiety was
trying
helpful.
To help.
Yeah, it was helpful. And then at the end, there were a couple quotes in this movie that got me good. And when I say good, I mean weeping in the dark next to my daughter. The first one was Joy, played by Amy Poehler, says a couple things. First, she said, maybe people have less joy as they get older. And it was like, oh dang, that's not great, but it makes you think.
From the back of the theater, you know what I did when she said that line? Whoa, whoa! Oh, I know that's true!
No, you did not. But then the one that really got me, the main character, Riley, is having kind of like an anxiety attack, like a panic attack at a hockey game. And everything's swirling around at the control center and everything. And Joy looks at Anxiety in the midst of all that. And she goes, you have to let her go.
Yeah.
And I just thought how profound that Joy is saying that to Anxiety. Man, it got me good.
That's good writing. That's Pixar right there, man.
It got me good.
Writing.
I wept and I thought, thank you, Pixar, because, a lot of people deal with this. A lot of kids are dealing with this.
Totally.
So I appreciated their treatment of that. How are we doing? Do we
probably need to wrap up. One thing I will say before we wrap up, and we could touch on this next episode.
Yeah.
Watched If. I was disappointed in If.
Really?
I wanted it to be better.
Oh, okay.
Left me with a lot of what ifs.
Yeah. Okay, but there were some sweet moments. But there were sweet moments.
Yeah, but not enough.
A lot of cameos. I do want to say one thing, put in a plug for one thing. Okay. Guys, in these weird political times, we're all looking for unbiased voices of reason, right? I want to shout out Sharon McMahon, who is her Instagram handle is Sharon Says So. She has a podcast. She gives a lot of really great nonpartisan information. She's a history teacher and educator. I may have plugged her in the past, but lately her voice has been very important to me, and I'm really grateful for it. Okay. Been listening to her podcast. This is where it gets interesting. She's doing one on Stalin right now.
Oh, okay.
It is riveting.
Well,
history's cool, guys. History's cool.
Guys, if we're plugging people, I'd like to plug another Sharon Stone. Guys, has brought us so much joy over the years.
Voice of reason
in these uncertain times. Sharon Stone.
Okay.
Our rock, our stone. The Sharons.
The Sharons.
Welcome back to Sharon with Sharons.
Okay, what is your warm heart?
Man, I'm using two. Yesterday was playing with dear friend, and it was really, really fun and exciting. And seeing some people from my youth that remembered me fondly, and as a kind person, that was great. And then support from people I've never met playing music. It's been a fun couple of weeks doing that. So that's mine.
I'm so happy for you in that.
Okay.
My warm heart are just some really good times that I've had with mom and dad lately. Super grateful for them and for the family they've built. Super grateful that our kids get to be so close with them.
Yeah, totally.
That's a real gift. So
that's a real gift. Mm-hmm. Anyway, guys, this was 2 episodes. We did 2 episodes.
We did it.
I don't have anything clever to say to
We'll catch up on all the things we missed next week.
We're going to be a week behind for the rest of our lives.
Probably.
This is the worst. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.